Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Brachi and I'm here to talk to you about skincare, beauty, and DIYs. The reason I'm making this channel is because I was in the same boat as you very recently, and I still am. My skin's not perfect, but it was a journey for me and I just want to help you get to where you want to be as soon as you can. Before I get into the video, I want to let you know that I know it feels like you're alone and no one's going through this entirely traumatic experience of acne, because let's be real, it really is traumatic. A lot of us are going through it, and I think the YouTube community is really good in that way, because I myself also was drawn to the YouTube community when I came across so many people that were suffering from acne and were there to help each other. But the only thing that I wanted to share with you is that a lot of people on YouTube do have the quick fixes and the videos on those, such as Accutane and birth control, but I healed / am healing my acne naturally, and I just wanted to let you know that there's another way to do it that's not as extreme as Accutane. Accutane is a very powerful drug. I know it's really effective, but I know a lot of people also get IBS, and it's like burning off your skin because it's like overdosing you in vitamin A and whatnot. So I can talk about that in another video. I don't want to talk about it too much in this video, but so my number one tip, which I'm sure you've read or, watched in hundreds of videos, but I don't want to be repetitive, but it's really important. It's to keep a diet and a food journal. Controlling your diet was one of the most, perhaps single-handedly the most important thing that changed my acne journey. I actually first started going vegan. That didn't work for me. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a carnivore. I love my meat, so that was really hard for me, but I tried it. But when I went vegan, I also went gluten-free. So by the end of that journey, I didn't want to go vegan, but I did see a difference in my skin. So I started using a food journal to see what exactly was causing the changes in my acne. And I noticed that dairy and gluten were my main triggers for acne. So that was a moment that was really important for me, because honestly, it's 2020. Going dairy-free or gluten-free is really easy. Honestly, being vegan is pretty easy too. That's just not my choice. If you want to try that, definitely worth it. But going gluten-free and dairy-free is pretty easy nowadays, and that was a really simple change for me, especially because, there's almond butter, there's vegan cheese, there's so many gluten-free options. I can still eat pizza because a lot of places have gluten-free, dairy-free pizza. So this diet is pretty doable, and I highly encourage you to figure out what triggers your acne, because if there is a food that causes it, you can still have it. Like, for example, unless you have celiac disease or something, I can still have gluten once a week or a couple times a month, and it doesn't cause acne. But limiting it considerably has completely changed my skin. I'm not lying to you. I used to have, as you saw in the picture, I had acne all over my cheeks, all over my chin, and it was really leaving gluten that changed everything for me and stopped new live acne from popping up on my skin. Now that was my cheek acne. I don't know if you've heard about face mapping, but it's definitely a thing. Hormonal acne tends to be around your chin and your jaw, and then cheek acne tends to be food intolerances and inflammation within your body. So that kind of takes me to the second step, which is fixing and checking your gut health. Now I feel like a lot of people have mixed reviews about gut health and acne, but I found this great article that directly links gut health to acne, and I'm gonna link that down below in the description box. So basically this article talks about excess consumption of sugar and how that kills bacteria, and that was a realization for me that really started helping the puzzle pieces fit together. I was not one of those girls with amazing skin. I always had eczema or acne when I was younger, and it wasn't until my dermatologist in about middle school started putting me on antibiotics, and I don't remember which ones they were. I'm sure everyone has been on the same ones at some point in their life, but I then learned that I was on them for a year, and my acne was only getting worse. In fact, it was getting significantly worse. And every time I got off the antibiotics, my acne would always like resurge overnight pretty much. So I decided to completely stop taking medical drugs because I saw that I was relying on the prescribed medicines, but it wasn't healing my acne from within. But when I did more research, I realized that I used to eat a lot of sugar as a kid. Then I went on antibiotics. Sugar and antibiotics kill good bacteria in your gut, and good bacteria is extremely important for skin health because gut health is a direct representation, or it directly reflects itself on your skin. So when I found that out, everything started like making more sense, and I started cutting down on sugar a lot more. I was not good when I was a kid. You know, my dad used to give me like a dozen donuts to use for the week, and I would eat a lot of them at once. So I'm not surprised that my skin was reacting, and I'm kind of thankful that my skin was trying to tell me to control something. But you know, if you also feel like you've had a lot of sugar in your life, or you've been on like antibiotics for a long time, it might be your gut health bacteria that needs help. And the good thing about it is that everything kind of helps each other in the skin healing journey. So cutting down on gluten is a way to help your gut have an easier time processing food, because gluten is one of the most hard proteins for the gut to process and the stomach to process. So when you cut that out, your body isn't working as hard. And, you know, because you don't have as many good bacteria in your body, you can then take the time to replenish your body's gut bacteria. So I'm sure you've heard by now, like probiotics are really good. Kombucha is my favorite. Side note, I like went through this phase where I would replace Coke with kombucha, and it was such an amazing feeling because it tastes so good. I'm gonna link some good brands down below because not all of them are good, but some kombuchas taste so good, and it just feels like you're drinking soda, but it's for like 1/4 amount of sugar as Coke, because a Coke can's like 32 grams and a bottle of kombucha is like 12 grams. Insane. But yeah, so there are a lot of different choices for healing your gut health bacteria. I know a lot of people, you know, turn to kimchi, but that was not my thing. Like sauerkraut's not my thing. So I also have started incorporating yogurt into my diet, and my progression has been slower than most people. I know a lot of people go on like a complete like shutdown, only like overflowing with probiotics and whatnot, but like I am, you know, I'm a student. It's hard to like balance meals and everything. So I definitely like to slowly incorporate probiotics in my day-to-day. For example, I recently bought this Vega protein gut health bacteria powder, which I'm gonna start incorporating in my smoothies. So things like that are really helpful, and I can definitely do a separate video just on gut health. But before that, I wanted to go to my last step, number 3. And my recommendation is just to limit the amount of crazy products you buy. I have wasted a lot of money. I tried Curology, and it was like, I did it for a year and a half, and it was good, but it kind of wasted, it's $40 a month pretty much. It's pretty expensive, and it doesn't heal your acne. I also tried Proactive when I was younger. It did nothing for me. I know it's better now. It was not as good back then because it was just like burning off your face with like salicylic acid or whatever they use. But I've tried a lot of those. I've also like spent a lot of money at Sephora for those little gimmicks for like fixing your acne, like Mario Badescu and everything. But spot treatment leaves acne marks, and like burning off your face with like alcohol toners and everything is not healthy in the long run, especially. So I started just using a simple face wash with, you know, no benzoyl peroxide, no salicylic acid, just like a moisturizing face wash, and then finishing off with moisturizer because I'm really trying to focus on healing my acne from within. I've even tried to recently stopped using, you know, like Mario Badescu. I used to like spot treat all the time, and it became an addiction. But I realized later on that every single time one of the acnes like dried off and fell off, I literally got a dark spot there, and that's just like not effective at all, you know? So I've been trying to limit face products that are like unhealthy for my skin in the long term. And I really recommend that for you too, because like I have seen such a big difference in my acne marks ever since I've stopped spot treating. And along the same lines, I also wanted to really recommend that you use SPF every single day, at least 30. I use Eucerin, which kind of leaves like a white cast, but it doesn't cause acne, and the white cast kind of leaves after a while. So I'm okay with it, but that's because I'm on a budget because I'm a student. But if you're able to get something like Supergoop or one of the really nice higher end brands, you should definitely get a nice sunscreen for yourself, because I made the mistake of not using sunblock on my face at all approximately like 3 years ago. And that's when the acne marks really became prominent on my face, because before that I just had acne, not severe hyperpigmentation. So definitely protecting your skin is very important with SPF. I even, right now there's a quarantine, I still wear SPF in the morning because I will step out sometimes, or the sun will be peeking in through the windows, and like I will be basking in the sun sometimes to get some vitamin D. So I highly recommend always wearing SPF in the daytime. So that was it for my 3 tips to healing your acne from within. I'm definitely gonna do a separate video for each of these steps, because there's so much information that I couldn't fit into a tiny video, but I wanted to introduce you to 3 little steps of how you can change your acne from within. And sorry for the voice crack. I hope you stay tuned. And of course, if you like me or my videos, or you want to learn more about skincare or beauty, please like and subscribe down below. Otherwise, have a wonderful day. I hope you and your family are safe and healthy.